Welcome to Behind the Jewellery podcast, sharing positive stories from behind the jewellery industry and the people who shape it. In association with JQV Gems.
Welcome to Behind the Jewellery podcast, Sarah. And this is our careers part of the podcast. So we're talking about careers of different people throughout the industry, just to show the versatility of the industry, really, and talking to people about their career journey and how you got to where you are now. So can we start with what your current job is? Do you know your current job?
Well, it's a jack of all trades right now. I seem to be doing an awful lot of different things. And I'm rolling with it. Just roll it. Yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh, yeah. What else will I do?
Yeah. So you own?
So, yes, I currently own JQV Gemstones. And I always have my jewellery business as well. But I share that with my husband.
Oh, okay. A joint venture.
It's a joint one. Yeah, it's a partnership, that one. Yeah.
So, but you own JQV Gems, which is based in Birmingham's Jewellery Quarter.
Yes, that's in the Jewellery Quarter.
And you sell all the faceted, colourful, sparkly things.
I do my best
to
do that, yes. The idea is that I sell them, yes.
Good, that's good.
All of them.
So we want to hear about your journey of how you got here in your life from the beginning, and particularly starting really with educational background. So we've interviewed lots of people, and interestingly, we haven't found one person with a degree yet.
You're
not going to be that person.
No, I'm not that person. No, I have no interest in academic education for myself. It doesn't work. I don't learn like that. So I've never learned like that. Even as a child, it was not the way I do things. I don't have a label for it, except that's just the way I am.
So what sort of academic? What sort of schooling did you have? Where did you stop
secondary
education?
schooling.
So GCSEs.
Yeah. Don't ask me what they were though, because that's. Thank you. I don't know myself. I've never used it. I've just gone on. Hard work.
So at 16, you left school.
Oh yeah.
And then where did you go from there?
16 left school. I was already 3 years into several jobs. I did paper rounds. I didn't actually do the paper round. I just set the papers up for the kids, the boys, in the mornings. They don't even do that now, I don't think.
No, there's no papers anymore.
I don't think they do that now. And then I worked in a very nice ladies' fashion shop, which was a bespoke one-off.
Like a boutique.
Very much a boutique, yeah. So I did that. I've done everything. I've worked in shoe shops and all sorts of things, yeah.
Wow.
And then I left school and I worked in the post office.
Oh, right. So
Yes.
so you worked, when you were at school, you were still working?
I was working.
Back in the day where we could work.
Yeah, from 12 years old, I had a job, yeah.
And then you just progressed through.
I did anything and everything. If you could earn some money at it, I would do it because that's what we did.
Yeah, that's what drove you.
Yeah. Go out and earn some money, then you can spend some money.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So then you ran a post office.
Yeah, so the post office thing was quite weird and not my it wasn't my chosen delightful career, but I was quite good at it, and I think I started doing that when I was 16. So literally walked out of school straight into working with the post office, and then I think it was only about 3 months before I was running it on a Wednesday, because the postmistress used to have Wednesdays off. So I was like, well, if I'm running it, I want her wages.
Oh, good for you.
So Anna got them. Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever had that, apparently. A sassy 16-year-old, apparently. I wasn't that sassy at that age either, to be fair. Yeah, and I learned very early on, if you don't ask, you don't get, so ask.
Yeah.
So I did.
And that's what got you.
That's what got me where I got, yeah.
So how long did you work for the post office?
Well, I was 16. I was probably there about a year, maybe 12 to 18 months, perhaps. Then I moved completely from where I was brought up to the Midlands, and that was quite an interesting time. But again, I started because it was the post office. You can work anywhere with the post office at those times. I don't know what it's like now. So I went back to the post office in Chipping Norton and worked there a little while. And in Chipping Norton, there used to be a factory called Solar Designs.
Yeah.
Some of us will remember that. Which was a jewellery factory, which is the only thing I ever wanted to do, but I could never get into it. So I wasn't going to go to university or anything like that. That was not for me. I don't even know what my exam results were to even get into college or university. So I applied for a job there, and I got a job there offered to me in the quality control department, which was not for me. It was really boring.
Well, an admin job.
Well, not really an admin. It was like sitting in the room with a load of older ladies, putting chains on, safety chains on gate bracelets and packaging and things like that. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to actually work on bench. So I didn't do that. I turned that job down.
Right.
But because I'd been for an interview and got offered the job, they kept me on the
books.
Yeah. So on the background. So about 6 months after that, they contacted me again and had another job going in the actual making department upstairs. So I went for an interview for that, got that literally straight off of the job on the spot.
So did you have to do a physical?
Yeah,
you have to
do
something.
a physical. I had to solder. I can't remember what I had to solder actually, but I had to pick up a solder and use a microwave.
And so, could you make jewellery?
I've never done it before in my life.
Okay, so you just went in and blagged it.
Just went. Well, I thought I'll have a go. If I can't do it, I can't do it. But they could tell. I found out later as I became the person that used to do these interviews. In the end, you could tell within 30 seconds whether someone was going to have the ability to do it or not.
Oh, okay.
Turned out I did, so it was all right. I got the job, and I stayed there for 5.5 years.
Wow!
So I did everything. So I did it, every department there. We did the casting room, did the bangle winding up the management. That was one of my favourite jobs. Yes, go well. Literally anything that was to do with making those production jewellery, because it was a production factory.
Yeah. I remember Solar back in the day.
It
was a good manufacturer.
It was a very good manufacturing. Yeah, it was it was a really good grounding for me because I actually got paid and learn at the same time.
So how old were you when you started at Solar?
I must have been late teens. Probably about 19, I think.
Okay, so still really young.
Yeah, really young. Oh, yeah, left home as soon as I could. So I was, I was out of home by the time I was 17.
Right, okay.
And living up here. So, yeah, I was I reckon about 19 when I started there. I was about 25 when I left, I think, something like that.
Wow. So you went and covered all bases within...
Well, you never don't learn. You still learn every day. You never don't think you know it all because you really don't. But I had a really good grounding for basics, but also quite a clear, natural ability to pick these things up. So, I didn't find any of it difficult. I found people difficult more than the actual making of jewellery. That was fine.
I'm sure lots of people can relate to that.
I bet a lot of people can relate to that.
Well, you tend to find, don't you, that creative people are quite introverted.
Yeah,
and although you're an extrovert on the outside.
Yeah, it's definitely a mask. It's not really real. I'm very happy in my own company.
Yeah.
And very happy not having to deal with other people. You have to, because it's what you do.
Yeah.
You become very good at it because you have to learn that skill. But no, I'm quite happy if there's not people there.
So within Solar, did you come across a lot of customers, or were you customer facing, or just within the manufacturing?
B2B. It was just purely B2B. So they did a lot of work for lots of big companies. The TK Maxx's, the H. Samuels, the Marks and Spencers, the Argos, all of those sort of companies.
Yeah.
So we were literally making hundreds of something. I can't tell you how many hundreds of ball bangles. I never saw anyone wear a ball bangle, mind.
I don't even know what
But I used to make hundreds of those a day, used to put those together. And all in gold.
It was such a different world though, because
totally different.
I think my first job here in the Quarter was as a coloured gemstone dealer, like you are now. And we used to sell 10,000 7x5 oval black sapphires for Argos. 10,000, and that was just black sapphire ovals. Then there was the pear shapes, and the volume of jewellery that the Quarter used to produce was so vast. So I guess it's a different.
Yeah, I think when we were doing that, 80 to 90% of the manufactured jewellery in the world would have come from this area.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Proper manufacturing and.
A hub.
Huge amounts of numbers, yeah.
And so for Solar to be out in Chipping Norton, did it have everything on site then?
Yeah, we
Because
had
you couldn't
everything
access
for it.
the quarter.
No,
so-
we had. The only thing we used to send out, we used to run up and down, was the assay.
Okay.
So yeah, they used to, and back then when we did the bangles, and that used to send out the strip. It would go to the assay office, and it was marked every so often on the strip, and then it would come back, and we'd make it into the bangles after that.
Right. Okay.
So it was all. That was the only thing we didn't have in house.
Wow.
Everything else was done: the plating, the setting, and the actual everything else.
And you got to
Casting, a
cross
lot.
division. You got to
Yeah.
learn all of those different skills.
In a factory setting, they do move people around.
Right.
So you do get to do all sorts of different things. And I didn't mind that because I always found that much more interesting because I was never intending to stay there forever. It wasn't my forever job. But it was a gateway into what I needed and what I wanted to do.
So what happened next?
So I got married and I'd already started a little business on the side anyway. So I think I stayed until after about a year, almost a year after we got married, and then I went out self-employed
Okay.
after that.
Still making jewellery.
Yes, so then I went out and I did only bespoke stuff. So it was on order, and I did little craft fairs and things like that. So, but that was for myself.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't easy, but I had education and some knowledge by this point of how to do stuff like that. And I
this
had
was-
a workshop at home.
And you had a workshop home, and this was with your husband.
Yes, this was that was on my own. He carried on working at Solar as it happened.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you met at Solar.
Yeah, we'd met at
Oh,
Solar, yeah.
An
And,
office romance.
Well, I won't go that far.
But you married him anyway.
I married him anyway, yeah. Yeah. I married him anyway, and that was all right for a while. So, and then I think he actually, while we were still married, we were married for 10 years, and he left Solar as well a little while after, and he went to work for Hot Diamonds at that point, which were at that point quite a big business.
Yeah, it was a big company.
They are still
back in the
going.
day. Yeah.
But it was a much bigger business then. So we did a bit of that, and then he was he was also self-employed for a while then, but he eventually stopped doing that and went to work for a cleaning company actually. So there's all sorts of stuff goes on. I mean, you just got to pay the rent, so
Yeah.
you do all these things. But now currently he is. I don't know if I say that. He did introduce me to my current husband.
Oh, right. Okay. It's
so,
not the
yes.
same husband.
No, different
Okay.
husband. Different husband. Yes, it was a really weird thing that happened. So my current husband was approached by Solar back in the day to if he would do some teaching, one-to-one teaching, and actually teach Steve, and he did, and that's how we met eventually.
Right.
A couple of years after that, yeah, and then Steve introduced me to. I mean, it's one of them.
Anyway, yeah.
One of those subjects, it's all right.
It's all right
Life
now.
happens,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So let's
Tell
talk
me.
about your little business then. So you started this little business with a workshop in your house.
Yeah.
And you'd make stuff and go out to craft fairs and just sell it direct to the customer.
And private clients. So I just do a lot of the nice stuff was just to private clients and word of mouth.
So, and it would definitely be word of mouth, because I think that's one of the most difficult things as a designer, is marketing
definitely.
yourself. And it was a different world there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have what we have now.
No,
The whole internet thing was not really that.
no,
You know,
not
it
a
wasn't
thing.
very helpful at
Yeah.
that point. No, really. It was definitely word of mouth you relied on. It
Yeah.
worked. Ticked along.
Ticked along, and then
Ticked along.
and so that it grew and grew.
Well, I was
I
obsessed.
mean, you're
with gems.
playing it down.
Yeah, I mean, I was obsessed with gemstones then. So any money I ever have, and I've always been the same, any money I ever get, I always put straight back into my business or whatever it is I'm doing. So I'm always broke because I'm always buying stones.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, now I've got a lot. But
You now own a lot.
yeah,
of
now I own a
gemstones.
lot of gemstones
Yeah.
with absolutely no money.
Well, that's all good.
Yeah.
You're rich in sparkle. That's all
I'm
good.
very rich in sparkle, yeah. Yeah, I'm very rich in sparkle.
So, at the height of your jewellery business, what would you say some of the highlights were?
Getting to make, definitely getting to make things for people who, had the money, which was nice. So then you could spend the money, which was probably the best thing. So getting to work with pieces that you couldn't own it yourself because you just couldn't. It's out of your reach. But to be able to work with those pieces and design for those pieces for someone who could. That was amazing. That was amazing. And every time you did something and you delivered it, the buzz I always got was when they opened the box.
Okay.
And that still is true.
Right. And do you see that? Do you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that keeps you going. It's like a drug.
Okay.
It's literally like the face, as soon as they open that box, and the reaction is that's what I did it for anyway.
But you think nowadays...
Like, money pays the bills. No one care about that.
No, that's it.
But that went a long way, because if that's how they felt about something, they're going to tell people.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
But you think nowadays when we post all the jewellery out to people, you don't get that. So how strange that's the most important
I
part.
just go all over the country and deliver.
And hand deliver everything.
Yeah.
How lovely.
Yeah. It was cool, yeah.
And you did events like the Chelsea Flower Show.
That's much later on. So the Chelsea Flower Show came about way further through the career, after I've been around for a long time with Quo Vadis. So that's been going about 15 years.
So what's Quo Vadis? That's your company?
So Quo Vadis is my bespoke fine jewellery now.
Right.
It's not, we've moved on. We've jumped a bit forward there, which I do with Eddie, and that's us. That's what we do. And I literally make what I want to make.
Right.
And then they can buy it or not.
Nice.
But we do a lot of commission work as well. But I do get to scratch that itch of what I'll come in with some crazy idea and I want to make that. And then somebody will come along and go, well, that's amazing, and buy it.
Wow.
Top dollar. Yeah. Well,
That must be a nice feeling.
Yeah, no, it's
though, that
amazing.
You've made something that someone else really loves.
someone else gets.
Yeah.
So my stuff is a little bit off the wall.
Oh, okay. I've never seen any of
Yeah,
this
it can
stuff,
be a little
actually.
bit crazy. I don't think so, obviously, because I've done it. But if someone comes along and they really just get it, yeah, it's a really big thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
And is
very
it
personal.
gemstone heavy then?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about the stuff. Always about the gemstones. And they can be anything. Except amber. I don't know what amber. I don't work with amber. Pretty much anything else. I'm not a massive fan of diamonds. I will use diamonds, and I do, obviously. But if there's a coloured stone on the table first, I'd rather go there.
Nice and colourful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And it's one-off anyway, so like, it's much nicer.
well, yeah. And
With
you
diamonds
get,
aren't. So.
no, exactly. So you get a coloured gemstone,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's totally unique.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. And the more rare and the more unusual, the more I'm interested. So you'll see that click.
Yeah.
It's
So the
like-
bit that
Talk about diamonds. Like, oh.
So the bit that I missed there, so what happened in between? So you had your small craft.
Yeah, so what happened between me being independent, basically it was 10 years and a marriage change. And then me and Eddie started Quo Vadis in 2011, I think we did. So he's a diamond mounter, goldsmith diamond mounter. And I used to do the part of the business which does everything except making at that point. I did some bits. I would do finishing, and I'd do setting, and I'd do sourcing the stones, and I'd design, and I'd see the customers, and I'd take the money, and I'd book the shows, and I'd do all of that. And Eddie'd just like, leave me alone at the bench, please, thank you.
Right. Okay.
And produce amazing stuff. And sometimes we'll collaborate quite heavily on a piece. Another piece, I'll just do the design, and that's what we want.
Right. Okay.
And we make it.
And that's it. Nice and
That's it.
simple.
Yeah.
And again, you've got clients that you've had for many years.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and word of mouth and
Yes. So that spreads quite prolifically in certain circles. So when you get a certain level of client, then their friends are the same. So,
Right,
oh,
okay.
where'd you get that from? Oh, that's really nice. So that went quite well. And you only need a few of those to keep you going. I mean, you can chase lots more, but I only needed a few to keep me going. So I get my addiction covered.
yeah.
Happy days.
It's been an addictive career.
Yeah. Oh, very, yeah. Oh, pre-retirement, no problem, I can do it. So, yes.
So
Yeah.
that's it. So
Yeah,
you,
pretty much. Yeah.
and how long
It's-
have you run? How long have you run for?
Well, Quo Vadis, lots of changes in the last 2 years have happened with that. So it's changed a lot of what I'm doing, and we're quietening it down a bit. We're not quitting it, but we're quietening it right down to pretty much commission only thing now.
Right.
And we're very choice on our commissions now. I do still do the odd show, so I've just come back from one, which has been quite nice because I've seen loads of really regular and older customers that I've had for a long time.
Right.
So they still come on by. And I've actually picked up more commission work than I did anything else.
Oh, right. Just what you wanted.
Just what I wanted, yeah. Yeah, but that's quite nice because you're making it for people that you've got to know. You know,
Yeah,
you're friends now.
that's it. A lifetime relationship.
Yeah, definitely. So it has changed a lot, which is why I took on the gemstone business a couple of years ago, because I knew those changes were going to happen. I just didn't expect them to happen quite so abruptly as they did.
Yes. So
It was a 5-year plan that went to 6 months.
okay, and that was for personal health reasons.
Yeah, personal
So-
health reasons for Eddie. So
and it changed your direction.
yeah, I did.
So what happened there? I mean, this is where the story gets really exciting in my mind. So you're running a successful jewellery brand,
yeah.
And then
Then I have
he looked away.
Yeah, and then I had a conversation with Julie, who used to run the gemstones, Julie's.
It's a Birmingham-based
Oh, yeah,
gemstone dealer.
And she's been around for about 38, 40 years. And we were good friends, known each other for a long, long time. And she called me in and said, "Oh, I'm closing. That's it, closing. I'm done." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." I mean, I knew she'd been floating around the idea for a while, but we'd had a couple of banter, not really serious conversations at all, because I was like absolutely adamant. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But this particular day, she's now, that's it. I've made my decision, and I was like, "Are you sure? I think that's a bit hasty. Can't you sell it? Can't you do something? Just walking away seems crazy to me. 40 years of putting that much effort into something and building a business. Like, why would you?" I couldn't comprehend why you would do that.
Yeah.
Now I can completely comprehend why she's done that. Yeah. But I didn't know that, So I sort of thought, I said, "Oh, just, can you hold off for a minute? Can you give it a week? Let me go and think about it." And she's like, "Yeah, okay." And I drove home, and in 20 minutes from that conversation and getting to the house, I got an entire thing planned. That was it. I wanted to do this. I'm going to take this business over, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it like that, and this is how we're going to do it. Da, 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 da. And went in and saw Eddie, went into the workshop and went, "Right, I've got this idea." And he just went, "No."
Brave man.
Yes. Well, he's sensible, see. And I was like, yeah, but we could do this, and this could happen, and this would be really good. And he's like, no, I think you've got enough on your plate. I don't think you should be doing any of this. This is crazy. No. But I'm quite determined. So I'm quite determined. If I've got something I've got a bit between my teeth, and I really want to do something, I'll keep going at it. Anyway, so I threw a couple of ideas at him, and he relented. He said, "Okay, well, look into it." So I literally messaged Julie and went, "I've got an idea. You can say yes or no. I'll come in and see you on Wednesday and talk it over. And if you say no problem. Our friendship remains. And if you say yes, we'll see what happens." And so I went back to her with that on the Wednesday and said, "I've got this idea. Can I do this? And, I'll take the business off, I'll buy it off you." And we worked out how we could do that. And she said yes. No, she didn't hesitate, which was really amazing.
Yeah.
But I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
And then I left it a little while. We gave it a cooling off period to see if it was going to work or not. And she never wavered.
Okay.
Nor did I, actually. But, when you say these things.
Yeah, and then reality hits.
And then reality hits. You think, oh, no, perhaps I don't want to do that. And then, that was the baptism of fire.
Yes, definitely.
That was the baptism of fire.
So how long after you'd sort of verbally agreed?
So I then decided, what happened was I came into the business and started doing 3 days a week, just coming in, learning the rhythm, learning what she did, how she ran things, and being seen, because people don't like changes. And like a lot of the trade, especially the trade that comes in, don't like change.
Yeah.
Right, just can't handle it. And none of us like change particularly, but like we sort of ease them in a little bit, just like get used to familiarise themselves. It's not like nobody knew who I was, but they also know who I was. So like, I mean, this was not going to go under the radar.
No.
People were going to work it out. And we didn't do too bad, I thought, until we announced it. So yeah, so for about 6 months or so, I think.
Okay, so good
yeah,
time to double check it was the sensible decision.
I don't know about that, but I did it. So Julie's retired. She's very happy. You know, she's really enjoying life. She's got she's worked really hard to have a nice retirement. So and she has.
Oh, that's good. That's what the future could
We
be.
speak very often, and I go, I know who got the better deal.
As she's lying on a beach.
As she's lying in the sunshine. No worries.
Absolutely. So you bought out all her stock.
Yeah, so I bought everything, the whole lot. There's the stock, the lot, the kettle.
Right, okay. Everything.
Everything.
This isn't where it was based. We're
No.
currently in your building now.
No, it was based in Hilton Street, which is not my favourite street in the quarter. It's a bit, I always think it's a bit too...
Yeah, it's quite far out of the quarter.
It's just a bit dark, and, I was surprised that she'd moved the business there anyway. After, obviously, all this happened, I wasn't surprised because she was planning on closing it. So it made sense then. The very first phone call I made when I took over was to change that.
Yes.
That was the very first thing I did, was phone up to find out what was available, because I was not staying there.
No, and this is a brilliant location.
This is a
Right
great
in the heart of
location.
the quarter.
It was a lot bigger than I expected to do it, but actually we've grown into it really very quickly. So I knew it was the right, and it is the right decision. It's still quite a lot, but you've got to. I always think you've got to invest in yourself as well. You can't just go, oh well, it'll do.
Yeah,
because you can't.
Well, you have to have a nice environment to work in as well,
yeah.
and it's your personality. You're trying to stamp yourself onto a business.
Yeah,
purchase.
how to do that?
Yeah,
how to do that, because for lots and lots of different reasons, you had to make it your own. Going forward, and for what the plans that I want to do with things isn't just for me, it's for the team, which has always been at the base of everything. Is like, I don't want to do it just for me.
No, that's it.
I want to build it for the team, and that's now working quite nicely.
So how long have you had JQV Gems?
So we are 2.5 years in.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And has it gone well?
It's been a butt clenching time. I don't know how else to put that any other way.
Would you do it again?
If I'd have known what I knew now, then I would not have done it now.
No. Wow. That's interesting, because I think my job, my business, creating my business has been hard, but I'd still do it again.
I would have done it a totally different way. I would have seen what I wanted to do, and I'd have approached it in an entirely different way.
You live and learn.
But you live and learn, yeah. And now I'm in it, so there is no regrets on that point of view, because you can't do that, and that's why we don't have a crystal ball.
I know, but you have expanded it over time.
Yes, that's happened quite rapidly as well.
I mean, you have moved
and
quite quickly.
unintentionally.
So what happened with the next expansion?
Well, I'm just trying to think how quickly that was. It wasn't that long, actually. I think I took over Julie's officially. It was all done and dusted by the 28th of September, 23. And I think there was another announcement came out. Marcia Lanyon was retiring. And I think that was pretty much similar time. And I sort of got involved with an email exchange and a conversation or two with Marcia about what's going on with her retirement and all the rest of it. And Julie didn't really do beads.
Right.
So, and of course, Marcia was quite well known for her beads and things like that. And so I had this conversation with Marcia about her beads and everything. And basically bought all that off of her and took all that over by the end of the year. I remember we met up and delivered it all in the November. So it was quite quick, actually.
Yeah, that is quick then.
Now I think about it.
Yeah.
So did that happened, and then it sort of went into another conversation. What are you going to do with the rest of your stuff and all the rest of it? And so I ended up actually taking that over as well. So with Marcia, I didn't take her name because she still, I think she still does a little bit here and there, and that was her name. So it was a totally different business model, totally different thing. So I took on the bones of everything, but because she didn't sell me the business name, I can use it. I can say, I can do that, and that's fine between us. But I would say I can't actually say, we are Marcia Lanyon now as well. Because Marcia's retired and she's done, and she's worked at another really long, very amazing career.
Yeah, fascinating.
Oh yeah, she's had a really amazing career. And it's great because people, I know Marcia. I mean, I used to I bought from Marcia for years. So again, I've never really.
You bought it all.
Yeah. Then I ended up with all it. So it was unexpected again. But actually, that's been really good.
Yeah.
And she's again been amazing.
What says a lot about you as a person is that you seize the opportunity. The opportunity's there and you just grab it.
Yeah, I think that's my general personality. I think I very rarely will say, I don't think it's a good idea. I'll go, let's give that a go. Let's try it.
It's entrepreneurial.
Well, the thing is, you try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? Yeah. You lose nothing. You might lose a bit of money. You might lose a bit of time. And you've had to go, otherwise you regret it.
Well, I think for a lot of people, the reason they don't do that is because they don't want to damage their ego, or they don't want to fail. And so you have to be a particular person who is happy to try and fail.
Well, failure is a real
never
thing.
Try.
Yeah, failure is a real thing. And at the end of the day, if you look at it logically, which I tend to do a lot, I'm quite pragmatic about it. It's like, so what?
Yeah.
If it didn't work,
no.
Try something else.
Exactly.
So... And I do appreciate that is not a general thing. People are either that way, they're wired, or they're not. And I'm just like, I shrug it off. I'm like, well.
And that was it. You are wired the right way.
Okay, I'm just wired that way, yeah. I'll try it.
So 2.5 years in, there's lots of gemstones here. I mean, it's a gemmy heaven for someone like me, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And I think you've really made a name for yourself. I think you should be really proud of yourself, because now when we walk around the quarter, because of your extremely bright coloured branding, which is this vivid pink.
I leaned right into it. There was no point in not.
No, exactly. So you've gone bright pink, which I love.
Yeah.
But what I also love is that you've gone at it old school. So when I watch out as one business owner looking at another business owner, is that you have tried everything. So you've done everything from rock and gem shows through trade shows to everything.
Yes.
And tested and and put yourself out there over and over again over the 2.5 years. I mean, you must be exhausted.
I am quite tired.
Yes. But it just, but that's the level of hard work it takes to make a successful business, isn't it?
At the moment, it's I've got some absolutely amazing staff now. I'm really I'm blown away with my team, and I'm really proud of them. And that was hard earned, I can tell you.
Yeah.
And I learnt some life lessons I never thought I was going to be in a position of learning, and boy did I learn them. And I don't want to go into any of that, but I won't learn them again.
No.
I've taken them and I've run with it. So now I'm incredibly lucky. I don't say lucky. I feel very lucky, but actually I put a lot of effort into getting what I've got now with the team we've got going now. And I actually am now finally able to take a day.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do 7 days a week now. And I had been doing that for a very long time, and it was a lot.
I think when I started Chalmers Gems, I did 2 years solidly of just working far too many hours.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, a friend of mine said, "You've got to come out for the day." And I said, "There's no way. I can't leave it."
Can't do it.
And he actually made me go out for the day to prove that I could go out for the day. And then actually the trust in your team. Okay, I've gone away and it hasn't fallen over.
Yes.
Everything's fine. And then learning that you can now, but as you said, it's your team. Once you've got that team established, that you can trust and rely on.
For somebody like me, it's learning to trust when the trust has not been available, but learning to trust and and just saying, look, let them to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
I'm very much, and I've always been very pragmatic. So like, if you make a mistake, I don't actually care. What I care about is how we unmistake it. I don't actually care that we've made a mistake, because in my book, if you don't make a mistake, you haven't learned anything.
Yeah.
So until you've done that, we don't know where your limits or where. So I'm all for it. Like, make mistakes. Like, charge the customer £5 when it should be £5,000, and we'll sort it out. But I'm not going to tell you off for it. I'm going to go, oh, okay. We'll have to sort that out then.
Yeah. And it's preventing anything in the future.
Exactly.
Isn't
But
it?
you won't do it again.
No, that's right.
Because we've all gone, oh, hang on a minute, something's not quite right there. Sorted it out. But that lesson is never learnt twice.
No, that's it.
So I'm definitely a big believer in not shouting at people. I'm like, well, never mind. We'll sort that out.
No, that's it.
That's what you can do.
So, do you feel proud of yourself?
I do, and I'm my biggest critic, as of all of us are. I don't think I feel as proud of myself a lot of the time as I should. I'm constantly on that, oh, I haven't done this, or this needs to be done, or that's not been done, and far more than like, oh, I've done quite well with that, or that was worked out all right. Or, yeah.
So not a lot.
Being proud of yourself comes harder.
Yes,
for me.
definitely.
Yeah. I'm always looking for what I haven't done.
And do you think, do you find yourself, do you feel successful? No. That's really, I find that a really interesting question, because I would not class myself as successful, yet people say to me, well, it's so successful. And I'm like, but yeah, I think it's a personality thing, because you are successful. You create multiple
I don't feel
successful businesses.
remotely successful at all. It's not something I'm familiar with. I feel everything is a constant drive and fight and battle. And I feel more that what I found out, I feel more that I haven't done that. And
So you're more critical.
I'm far more, yeah.
So where would you see success?
I don't know. I don't know what that would actually look like for me.
No.
Because it's not money. I don't chase money. It doesn't get me out of bed. I know it probably should. And to a degree, it has to, because I've got responsibilities now. I've got big responsibilities of other people.
Yeah.
So that gets me out of bed, making sure that I don't let them down. So I guess you could say that's a financial worry, and you have to every month make sure that you can fulfill it. But I wouldn't say, the chase or the love of money is definitely not on my radar. I'm like, I just need to pay the bills and make sure the staff are paid. And if we get to the end of the month and that's done, I'm like, that's a hit.
That's a good one.
We're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're winning. So I find that as if I do that, I've succeeded there.
In that area.
In that area.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what success would look like in my long-term view. I think I would like to, in my long-term view, have built the business to the state and size that I can make it employee-owned.
Right.
I'd like to do that. But we're years off that at the moment. But I think that's my goal. Which is definitely, that's not going to change.
No.
I think that is the way I want it to run. I think then everybody's invested, everybody's got a goal then as well. And I think that's really important to me. I don't want to leave it too soon. It's not like, I like the chase.
Yeah.
I like the chase. But I'm not interested in much other. But I do like the fun of chasing and going out and getting the sales and getting the work. But yeah, that's my job. They've got to do it. Just go and bring it in.
So we ask everybody one question on the podcast towards the end of the podcast, which is, if you had an unlimited amount of money and you could buy anything, jewellery, watch, gemstone, past or present, what would you purchase?
Well, if it was an unlimited amount of money, I would like to have known, and I did know about it, but obviously I was quite young when I knew about it. I would like to have had a significant share in the Pariba mines.
Oh, full share, full ownership.
Yeah, I'd like to have owned one. That would be cool.
You got unlimited money. Might as well go.
Yeah,
big.
I remember when I first started in way back, because gemstones has always been my thing. I knew I used to go to the trade shows all the way back, 30 years ago, 28 years ago, 30 years ago. and asked for pre-tourmaline or asked for tanzanite or asked for alexandrite, and they'd look at me and go, what? All the way back then. So, of course, right the way back to the early, mid-80s, it only just really became known about. And it literally was not commonplace knowledge, but it was like I'd seen it somewhere and I'd got it in my head, and I just wanted some of this stuff.
Right.
And it took years before that actually hit the market, especially over here, because the UKs, we don't get it. So if I'd have had a crystal ball then, I'd have quite liked to have had that opportunity.
Would you like to own the stone itself, or just
I do own the
or-
stone itself.
Oh, you
I
do?
have several pieces of it myself now, but that's where my money goes. Yes, where my money goes. If I'm buying anything, I'll buy Paribas.
And do you make it in something, or are you like me and you just collect them?
I do have one piece that I wear, which is made up into a ring, and I don't tend to make it up into stuff myself. No,
Same as the rest.
got it, but it's like
in a drawer somewhere.
It's hidden. It's hidden. It's like a way. I've got a few pieces like that, like a stonking nice ruby and a really nice alexandrite. I don't even like alexandrite.
Oh, I love Alex.
Do you? No, it's not. This one is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is why I do own it. But
No.
I'm never going to mount it.
No, you're just going to keep it in a box.
It's just beautiful, and also certified. It's lovely. But it's not big enough. It's
No?
2 carat. I like big stones, so not big enough for me.
Size matters.
Yeah, well, I'm never going to
That's
mount.
gemstones.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, right, well, thank you very much. It's been amazing, very inspiring, and I hope we speak to you again soon.
Well,
Thanks.
you never know. I might have something else, Tara.
Yeah, watch this space.